Welcome to KDrama Divas, a podcast and community for passionate fans of Korean dramas. Join us as we explore the captivating world of K-dramas, discussing the latest releases, timeless classics, and everything in between. Whether you're a seasoned K-drama addict or just stepping into this addictive realm, get ready to laugh, cry, and fangirl with the KDrama Divas. You're listening to the KDrama Divas podcast. My name's Amanda.
I'm Serina.
I'm Maureen.
Welcome. It's Wednesday night and we're recording.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Or whatever day it is when you're listening to this, I guess. We should say it's Wednesday, huh?
We're on Wednesdays, but we publish on Mondays. Isn't that crazy? Maybe we should change it to Wednesdays.
Oh, or Mondays.
We're going to start with K-drama news.
Certainly not for me.
I heard that Park Seo-joon is making another romance drama.
Which one is Park Seo-joon? I should know these.
What's wrong with Secretary Kim?
And
she was pretty.
Yes.
Oh.
So excited.
Yeah.
I liked Itaewon Class, but I know that wasn't a romantic necessarily drama.
But I love his rom-coms. Love them.
Definitely.
Yes.
So do you know anything about it? Like what it's about?
I don't remember anything about it, but it's probably going to be the end of this year or the first part of next year.
Oh, it will be a 2025 miracle.
Yes.
Something to look forward to.
But I don't even need to know anything about it. I know enough. I want to see it.
Yes.
How reliable is the source that you heard this from?
I think it's pretty reliable.
Really?
What is the source?
I don't remember now. It was a while ago. So,
And you're just now sharing?
well, okay. It was like 4 or 5 days ago.
Oh, okay.
In my life, that was a while ago.
Wow. She has an intense, exciting life.
She does. More exciting than ours.
So Park Seo-joon. I think he's one of
Awesome.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes,
The top
definitely.
two, really top two actors,
Mm-hmm.
male actors.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many.
There are.
Well, there could be 5 in my top 3 or 2.
Yeah, 100 in my top 2.
Uh-huh.
So that's so funny. I want to give a shout out to Brian from Vancouver. You know who you are. Thanks for listening to us and your feedback. So fun to have a listener from Vancouver.
Yes. Maybe we need to get something that makes a little sound when, we cheer people on when we give a shout
I
out.
might have one. Oh, nope. Just kidding.
Let us know you're listening so we can give you a shout out.
Yes. Any more shout outs?
Not that I know my sister-in-law, Kim, sent another message. I know she's listening from Wyoming, so shout out to Kim.
We miss you, Kim.
We do miss you.
Yes.
We would talk about K-dramas and get our nails done.
That's right.
Those were the days
Yes.
before you went Wild West on us.
Wouldn't that be east? She's east of us.
Yeah. I need to know my direction.
Oh, no.
So today we're going to talk about My Secret Romance.
Awesome.
Love it. It's such a funny drama.
Yes.
So cute. And it got me thinking about how much I love employee-employer relationship rom-coms. I love them. All the dramas that involve employee-employer relationships. There are so many.
Oh, there are.
Why do you think you love them so much?
I don't know. That's what I was
Well,
trying to figure out.
But they are so good. I mean,
Right.
think about it.
But you love them too, Serina. You just didn't realize.
Right. Right.
Because
Until you said
There's
that.
What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
Business
Yeah.
proposal.
She was pretty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her private life.
Private
that was
life.
one of your
Yes.
favorites.
Yeah.
Even Strong Girl. Right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And even kind of Marry My Husband.
Yeah. Definitely. I was
Oh.
going to marry my husband. Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
Well,
Am I missing
Queen
any?
of Tears
Well,
was
My Secret Romance.
right without him realizing
Kind
it.
of.
It was.
Queen of
Yeah.
Tears.
Kind of reversed a little, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any others that you can think of off the top of your head? I don't know.
Mm. But that's a good.
I mean, that's a big,
Yes.
that's kind of a significant amount.
It
already.
is.
And maybe it's fun because they try to hide it, and there's always some kind of weird twist where they can't just be normal relationships. They have to be, there has to be something, so it makes them
Yeah.
funny almost, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we like them so much, because they make us laugh.
They do. I mean, all of the ones I mentioned pretty much. I mean, or it's like this secret, like the boss has to keep it in.
Yeah.
Can't show their real feelings, but they love so intensely.
Right. And oh crud, what was I just thinking of? The King of the Land.
Oh,
King the Man.
Yeah.
can we forget that
Right.
one?
We haven't talked about that in a long time.
Oh, no, I missed
So there are so many. I know.
There's so many.
There are. Once you think about it.
I was thinking also, it's kind of like a Cinderella story. I'm just trying to think if that's what I meant.
Because either whether it's the male or the female,
They're kind of
they're
like
normal, quote unquote, normal
yes.
people, and they marry a prince or a princess, right? Is that what you mean in that?
Thank you. I said it, and then I'm like, is that what I meant? Cause confusion. Is that the fairy tale? But yes, because they're normal, and they even maybe not. Sometimes they're struggling, or
Right.
you know, they're not usually rich,
Right.
and
Yes.
yet the manager or the employer, usually often the head of the company,
Mhm.
has all this money and kind of woos them. And
Right.
it's just really fun.
Right.
Mhm.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe because we wish that as we were younger on ourselves, right?
Yeah. We don't have this desire in real life.
Two of us that are employed or married, so we don't have to worry about that. Maureen is her own employer, so she doesn't have to worry about that.
You do love them in a drama.
Yeah.
Yes.
You realize we really, really do.
Right. Now that
So,
you say that, I
a bunch of our favorites.
fully agree.
And My Secret Romance was one of the early ones that I saw. I don't know about you, Serina, and I think we were a little bit on the same page.
It was the second drama I ever watched, and
Wow.
I love it. I think because it is, and
Mhm.
oh my gosh, I fell in love with Sung Hoon. I thought he was just the
Yeah.
cutest.
He has
Yeah.
great hair, right?
Yeah. He does. He does.
I thought he was so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. And my friend Pari, I don't know if Pari even listens. If you do listen, hi Pari. I mentioned to her that I was getting into Korean dramas, and she said that she loves them, and she sent me a list of ones that I should watch, and one of them was My Secret Romance.
Wow.
So I hadn't watched it, but then my mom was telling me, you need to watch it. You need to watch it.
Right.
Like she does.
Right. No. Never.
And so I turn it on, and it's like some terrible music. They're in a club. That's how it starts. I don't even think 5 seconds passed by. I paused it, and I called her, and I'm like, "What are you having me watch, Mom?" And I was like, "No way.
Uh-huh.
Hey, am I gonna watch this?"
Right.
And she's like, calm down. It's okay. Just give it a chance. Just watch the first episode,
Yeah.
as she does.
Right.
So yeah, that's my initial remembrances of this drama.
I think it was also the second one you guys had me watch.
Was it?
I think it was second or third, but then later on, and I kind of had the exact same reaction as you, Amanda. I'm thinking they're in a club, and then, they're in the car, and I'm thinking, this is, you guys kind of brought me into the fold, telling me, oh, how wholesome they are, and they don't even hardly even hold hands, not alone kiss, and this is going on. And I'm thinking, this is what I signed up for, but after the first episode. But for a long, I think I had forgotten about it because when we first started talking about doing a podcast, you guys brought it up and I didn't remember it. Do you remember us having that conversation?
Well,
I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
yes, I remember. You were so
Right. And I was like, yeah, I had totally blocked it, but then I watched it again and
Mhm.
it's so good. And I just finished watching it again the last couple weeks, getting ready for today. I really think it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
like in my top two, it's one of the 100 that are in my top. Really, really
Mhm.
like it. It just is a sweet, good story.
Yes. But there's 14 episodes, but they could have finished it in 12.
Yes. Fully agree.
Ugh,
And why?
they have so many flashbacks.
Mhm.
Well, especially the last 2 episodes.
Right.
Mhm.
And I don't know why. Maybe they felt like they needed to push for 14,
Mhm.
but really it could have been done
I
in
agree.
12.
And it was always the same flashbacks through the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because it was so popular. I mean, I don't know if it was popular at the time, but maybe they were just trying to stretch it and push it.
Maybe.
And they had to have that conflict,
Right.
at the end that
Yeah.
it just seemed unnecessary.
Right. I agree.
They even could have made the episodes a little longer because they are short episodes too.
Are they?
Oh, yes. They are very
Are
short.
they like 45 minutes?
Okay, 50 minutes.
Are
But they're
they?
pretty, but then they take you back and show you like 5
Oh.
minutes from the previous episode too.
Mm,
Right.
that's true.
So-
Longer.
Yes.
The other thing that makes them, kind of long are the epilogues.
Yes.
And
Oh.
we've talked in some of the other podcasts and some of the dramas, epilogues have been epic.
Mhm.
They've been so
Mhm.
good. The ones on this, it's just like, why? I don't understand. I don't
No.
even understand them. I don't,
Mhm.
not a lot. Why did they
No,
put them
it's
there? It
just
didn't
a-
make sense.
It's just basically a recap of what you've just seen. There,
Mhm.
But the last episode has some outtakes or
Mhm.
bloopers or whatever you want to call them, and it's very cute
Really
to
funny.
watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really cute.
So that's, I guess that's our quick overview of it, right? So
Yeah.
do we want to talk more in depth?
I mean, we could a little bit. I mean, this is probably one of the more scandalous ones. Should we say that? I mean, I don't
It
know.
probably is.
Yeah.
For the Korean dramas we watch anyway.
Right.
I know there might be some more out there, but
Like the ones that her mom is involved in. Why are you looking at me that way?
the female lead.
The female lead, her
Oh,
mother.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, they must have those.
They must. Yeah.
They have adult films. And
Yes.
the female lead's mother was an actress and that was like famous, I guess.
Right.
Famous.
Until she got pregnant with
Mhm.
the female lead.
Yeah.
Right.
So she relives her heyday while watching
Oh,
it
she-
this time and is
yeah.
so proud of
She
it.
has.
So proud.
Yes.
And at her wedding, both weddings that they showed, her daughter is so humiliated.
Right.
On the second time, she's like, she wouldn't do that again, would she? With her son here and all, and
Right.
oh, she does.
Just crazy. Absolute nuts.
Well,
The mom.
I think through this, there's some really interesting relationships
Mhm.
and characters, I guess you would say, because there's the female lead, male lead, then there's the mother, and then her son, and then the male lead with his dad, basically, right?
Yeah.
Then the best friend of the female lead.
Yes.
Oh, and the male lead's girlfriend,
Ex.
wannabe girlfriend,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. What did you?
She was never an ex.
I know. I just didn't know what to call her. She had
Yeah.
a torch for him.
She
Yes.
did.
Yes,
Yeah.
obsession.
Yeah.
What do you think of to me, that the male lead and female leads, people that were interested in them, what do you think of that whole? What were your thoughts on those?
Well, I didn't like the girl at all, but she was probably, supposed to be portrayed that way.
Right.
Oh, but anyway, and actually, I didn't mind the guy that much.
Yeah.
Best friend.
The best friend.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because he didn't want to be friends with her, really.
Right. And she never caught on to
No.
that. Not even
No.
one iota.
I know.
But she was rather naive. So you have
Yes.
a female lead who's more naive and with, what am I looking? No, I don't want to say withdrawn. She's not withdrawn, but she's just more conservative.
Very conservative
Very
because
conservative.
of her mother.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
the opposite of her mother.
Right.
And I
Even
just,
the way she buttons up her clothes and,
Right.
you know, everything
Talk
is
about not showing skin.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Heaven forbid. But I think it's as much as she didn't catch on,
Mhm.
I don't think the way he. No, it kind of sometimes it really irritated me the way he was obsessed with her
Mhm.
just as much as the other girl was obsessed with the
Mhm.
male. But at least the other girl, the one obsessed with the male lead, at least she was upfront and honest about it. Where he was, I don't know. For some reason, it irritated me. And he would take care of the little brother, and he would, but he never was honest with her. And I
But
think,
is that maybe the way guys are anyway?
I don't know.
Interesting thought.
It very well could be.
If you're a guy out there, is that the way you are?
Yeah.
Not honest about your feelings. Brian, are you listening? Tell us.
Brian.
Better yet, any Korean guys.
Yeah.
Korean guys, even better. No,
Yeah.
no offense, Brian.
Not only, I think she was so, and I don't want to use the word obsessed with with the male lead because of their original encounter, that I just don't think she was capable of seeing or falling in love or having a relationship with anybody else. Kind of like he was the same way though, too,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
But you'd think the friend would have caught on at some point that she just was not interested. There was just nothing ever going to happen there.
Yeah.
So,
When he waited too long, I mean, he should have tried to.
right, like back in high school,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yes, that would have been the time.
right,
He missed his opportunity.
he did. And, we've talked about this in other ones where, you can see where had he have told her back then, I mean, who knows if she would have acted on it. But if she did, they probably would have had a good relationship, but it wasn't the perfect relationship for her. So,
And the secondary, so I don't know if you'd call him the second male lead, the best friend. Would you?
probably,
Yeah.
I would.
I mean, and then the girl that like the male lead. So they kind of form a relationship at the end.
Mhm.
I wasn't really convinced by that.
Right.
You-
It's like they're together for convenience almost. Just
Yeah.
they didn't have anybody else so late in life, I guess.
Yeah. They're like, we'll just throw these characters together because
Yeah.
we feel bad.
Right.
But it just wasn't that convincing.
Yeah. And she was going to drop everything and
Travel with
travel with
Go to South America with him.
right. And is her dad going to support her, or how is she? Is he paying for everything? I mean, the detail. I want detail.
And we're like all critical of this drama.
just of those two, and it's not really of them.
Right. It's
Yeah,
it's just funny because we love the drama.
absolutely.
Yes.
So we're like, I mean, all these.
Mhm.
If we could write it, no, I'm just kidding. But it's really cute, and I didn't get to watch the whole thing over again. But as I've been watching it, I think I'm on episode 3 or 4. It makes me laugh and
Yes.
smile, and
Yeah.
I get giddy all over again, like
Right.
it's my first time watching it.
Right. I do. I love it. I really love it.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
It is funny how then when he tells her, actually when they have like an honesty moment, and he tells her that he never was able to sleep, or he thought about her daily.
Right.
Couldn't sleep.
Couldn't eat.
He couldn't eat. And
He became a workaholic.
yes,
Yeah.
he became a workaholic.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy how much she changed his life. And she's so comical. because she gets herself into kind of ridiculous situations
Right.
and she gets embarrassed and she just doesn't know what to do.
Right.
And
then she goes into total denial mode.
yeah, denial or like, yeah, like I'm going to close my eyes and pretend like this isn't happening.
Right.
Like when she spills the wine and falls down. We don't want to spoil it for you but it is so funny.
It is hilarious. And it's so sweet.
It
It is
is.
a great.
Just get past the first 5 minutes of the thumping club music.
Right.
I mean, okay, so the music in this. There is some good music, like when the song between the male lead and female lead. I love it. I love
Right.
that song. But then there's a lot of sound effects.
Yes.
So I had in my notes that I liked there, and there wasn't a lot of music, but the
Mhm.
music that was there, I liked. And the words to some of the
My
songs,
gosh.
like I don't need to know your blood type or something like that. Actually, when I saw that originally, it's like I had to look and it's like, why would you put that in a song? But it's
a thing.
a
Yeah,
thing.
it
And I
was a
think,
thing.
yeah, I was gonna say not as much as it used
No,
to be, I
yeah.
think, but
It used to
That's-
be
yeah.
what's your blood type when you
Yeah.
meet someone.
right, because they believe that
Yes.
had to do with your personality and
Right.
how you would jive together.
Now they have the other form that,
The personality. I
yes.
forget. It's a personality test.
Oh,
It's like, is it Myers-Briggs?
I think so.
And so,
Myers-Briggs.
Myers-Briggs
Yeah.
have certain
Yeah.
types. And so they ask you what your type is.
Yes.
What
That's
your-
what they're.
oh, is that what they're asking?
Yes.
Oh, I never put that
Did
together.
I mean, I took it years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I have
Right.
no idea what type I am. No clue.
Yeah.
We should all take it and tell the types we are in.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll have a
Okay.
podcast telling our type.
Okay. All right. All right.
We have to figure out how to take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Funny. Okay, but back, I kind of butted
Oh,
in.
yeah,
Back
sorry.
to the sound effects.
Yes.
Aside from the
Oh.
music, I think we're all agreeing it's irritating.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's because, correct me if, is that because it was a webtoon and so they're bringing in the webtoon sound effects,
Oh.
like a cartoony sound effect?
Maybe. Was it a webtoon?
Wasn't it?
I didn't
I
even
don't
I don't
know.
know. I didn't look this up.
I
don't know if I saw that or I just assumed that it was based on a
so many of them
webtoon.
are, but I don't know. But all I know is, oh,
It's like
Is that a good O or bad O?
no.
like that,
Mhm.
except even more high pitched.
Just weird little.
mhm.
Yeah.
I think this is based on a webtoon, but
I don't know why I think that, but I do. I've been wrong before.
I'm trying to look it up.
Maybe it would be the director's choice. Who knows?
Maybe, but I certainly did not add anything to it, I don't think. And I think the first couple times I watched it, obviously the first time I watched it, I didn't remember because I didn't remember it at all. But then the second time I don't think I noticed it, but you and I were talking about that a week or so ago. And I had started to just realize that those were in there. And maybe it was the TV or whatever I was watching it on originally was different. So I didn't hear them as much. But
In fact, do you know of any other show that we've watched?
Actually, I was trying to figure that out because I feel like I just watched a show that was like that with sound effects.
oh,
Was it Weightlifting Fairy? Is there sound effects in that? Because I'm watching that right now.
I don't know.
I can't remember, but I have seen one with a little bit of
Hmm.
weird sound effects.
Hmm.
And I feel like maybe it's that. But I'll know because I have to continue watching. I've taken a couple day break and I can't remember anything.
I know.
No, Weightlifting Fairy has
No.
music. I think.
Yes.
Hmm,
I don't know. I
Interesting.
don't know what it is.
right.
And the stars.
Yeah.
Is that one I need to watch?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
had anything to watch the last couple days.
It's the
So
rom-com I've been
Yeah.
waiting for.
oh, that's the one you were saying. I
Yeah.
started just last night. I started the king's affection? Because I know you kept saying
Oh, the Captivating the King?
Captivating the King.
Yes.
Okay, so I was like, I don't know what to watch. And so I thought, well, I'll just start this one because I think Maureen was saying I should watch it. So
Who agrees with me that Captivating the King sounds like a devotional based on the Book of Esther?
all right, now that you say it, I can go with that. Should we talk about some of the other funny parts in this?
Sure, it is so funny.
Yeah.
So the one that comes to mind is, well, one, he knows who she knows who he is, but she is avoiding it at all costs. She won't admit to him that she knows, and she's in his office, and I think this is even later on in the show, but he makes her sit down to eat with him, and he's questioning her, and so he goes up behind her and he starts getting closer and putting his arms around her and closer and closer. Do you remember that? And she's like totally, freaking out. But it just made me laugh because it's so funny that everything he does is so intentional to get her to admit what had happened between them. And she just won't.
She acts like she does not remember him.
It is taking place 3 years later. When they originally met, it was 3 years before.
Yeah.
So also what I think, I mean, I don't know if this is funny, but it's funny after watching it so many times.
Right.
So he's like, "Where's my jacket? You took my jacket." And she says, "I just didn't want to carry that around with me. I threw it away." But meanwhile, he has something of hers.
Well,
it's ridiculous that he'd have the momentum he kept.
Right. And this beautiful little box.
The look on his face, like when she's throwing away this expensive jacket.
Right.
And he's kept something. So,
and she never even looks in the box when she's had the opportunity to until it was put in the closet.
Right.
And I think,
that whole interaction.
oh,
right.
It's so comical. And
Right.
she thinks I'm crazy or something else.
Yes. Well, and then when the dad shows up at his house,
yes,
and he's trying to hide everything, and he's like,
Yeah.
Then there's that noise upstairs.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna get caught,
and the dad goes up there because he thinks there's a girl up there.
Exactly. Yeah. And even the interactions with him and the little brother, and the whole underwear situation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so sweet, but there's some pretty funny parts in there.
Oh, and okay, here's just funny in general. The female lead, she's really stubborn because she can't cook. Like, she can't cook, but she decides to become this nutritionist / chef, I guess.
Right. No, you're like me becoming a nutritionist and a chef.
Yeah. It's like, it's gonna happen.
Go well.
And she can't cook.
No.
Everything she makes tastes terrible. She burns things. I think she had to repeat school a few times.
The class, yeah.
But I mean, talk about perseverance.
Right.
It's just so funny. It's so funny.
Just like when he says, "I'm going to eat her food
for the rest
of my life."
Yeah. She's the only one I'm going to eat.
So funny.
Yeah. It's very, I don't know. It's just good.
It is. And I don't know, is it one of like everyone's top My Secret Romance, or is it just ours?
I don't know.
Do people recommend it a lot?
I have no idea. I just happened to see it when I was looking for something to watch because this is my first live.
Okay.
And I thought, I want to watch something else. And there it was.
Well, if you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yes.
Watch it now. And then tell us what you think.
It is only on Viki.
And Wendy, if you're listening, you don't have to worry. We didn't spoil it too badly and you can watch it. Oh, it's only on Viki?
Yes.
I didn't even finish my thought. So for those of you that only watch on Netflix or Prime, you really need Viki.
Yes.
Because Viki has all of the dramas.
Does it have everything that Netflix has and more?
I think so.
Oh, really?
I mean, some are
Mhm.
Netflix originals,
But they
so-
still
Yes.
play them on Vicky.
but not necessarily. I think it's either
No.
or. It's like,
Because I know
No.
there's some, I've seen similar, the same ones on both.
mhm. But I think the Netflix originals are only for Netflix. So,
Mhm.
and I think it's like, where will this drama go? Will it go to Netflix or will it go to Vicky?
Mhm.
I mean,
Okay.
not Vicky, but another
No,
broadcasting company.
Um,
Vicky's almost like, I think of it as Hulu for,
actually, there's a lot of the stations. I don't know if that's the right word. They actually have them,
yeah,
and so then it's like Vicky will get them from that station,
Yeah.
or
that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's Vicky's like Hulu.
I don't know
Well,
anything about Hulu.
Well, Hulu, it's all the networks, all the shows from the different networks on one streaming platform, Hulu. So they have Hulu originals, like Netflix originals. But what's a show like Master Chef Junior?
Okay.
Do you ever watch that?
I used to.
So
Not
um,
anymore.
I know, I don't either. It's only K-dramas. But when we did, we would watch it on Hulu because we don't have cable. So it streams all the major, or a lot of the major networks.
So instead of
shows,
cable,
like
you
a
have
day
Hulu.
later. Yeah. So I look at Vicky as kind of like Asian Hulu.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I don't know if
Okay.
that's true, but
Right. Interesting.
because
Okay.
it's you get shows from all these other networks.
Okay.
That's what I noticed recently on Itawan class, because I watched that
Mhm.
again in the last couple weeks, and it said, and it was Netflix. So Netflix,
Like released it to Vicky?
no, they didn't
Oh.
release it to Vicky. They have it.
Oh, they
I
have
would
it.
be shocked if Vicky
Oh,
ever
okay.
got it.
Yeah. Because I think they fight over. I don't know if they fight over them, but I think they do. I think this big K-drama battle.
You know what? I think there is something like that, because Netflix did not go with Lovely Runner, and wow, that was such an amazing, huge hit. We haven't talked about that one yet either.
I think you brought something up about one of them not taking it, and they should, or was it Queen of Tears?
No, it was
something.
it was Lovely
mentioned.
Runner.
Well,
Okay.
you told me Lovely Runner might be sad, so I didn't want to watch it.
Is it sad?
I just heard great. No, I've not watched
Oh,
it yet.
see, we're all scared to watch it.
I
I know, but I think it's a romance all the way. I don't
All the
think
way
it's
to the last 10 minutes.
When they die a tragic death, and I cry for 3 days.
I don't think it's sad. I don't. But I mean, you know what? If anybody's listening and you watch that, let us
Right.
know.
If it has a bad ending, tell us so that we don't do that to ourselves. Seriously, please tell us. Send us a text at the bottom of the podcast. I think there's a text us feature. Please text us. Tell us if we should watch Lovely Runner or not, because we don't like sad endings.
I don't think Maureen minds them.
We'll let her watch it.
Exactly.
So,
Anyway,
oh.
Netflix, they said they must be kicking themselves because they did not pick Lovely Runner,
Oh,
and it did amazingly well for Vicky.
She knows all the news.
I don't. I don't know how you retain all that in your brain. Anything else? I feel like there's so much more we should talk about, but I don't know what else to say without spoiling it for Wendy.
I know. We'll spoil others for her. So, all right, 5 out of 5 stars for me.
5, definitely.
5, yes.
We love it.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all we have time for tonight. So until next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the KDrama Divas podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as we did. Before we part ways, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Connect with us on social media at KDrama Divas to stay up to date on recent podcasts and to share your thoughts and recommendations.